When I first came to Decatur High School, I was amazed by all the technology that they use here, and it really helps me teach my classes a lot more efficiently. For example, having a laptop that I can take home with me is great because now, instead of having to plan my lessons in my classroom on a computer, I can take them home with me and I can work on it on the go. Another thing that I really like is the Prometheum boards, because now I can show my students everything I want to all on one screen. No more overhead projectors or TV monitors. It really does help my classroom run more efficiently, and it's really great for my students. Technology is changing the way that we learn. Does it enhance education? Yes, I believe it does.
I use technology for numerous things in my classroom, from things like basic vocabulary to taking notes. We do more extensive things like media projects.
We can go online to FETs and they create simulations that we wouldn't be able to do physically in the lab because they require vacuums or too complex materials that we don't have.
I use technology to increase my students' motivation and engagement in our lessons. I try to promise my students that they will use their technology, their iPads, every day when they're in my room. That keeps them looking for when they're going to get to use technology in our lesson.
Absolutely. This is the 21st century. Everything is technological today.
I do. I think it enhances the students' education because technology is such a part of their lives. It's hard for them to separate from their technology, from their cell phones, and from interacting with their classmates. And so I think it helps enhance their lessons. It almost tricks them into creating things and learning without realizing that they're actually learning and doing things.
I think it has helped prepare students for a future that's completely saturated in technology. It helps them grow and learn skills that they can use in their future regardless of what they're going to go into.
I do, because it makes it more colorful, more exciting. I think it engages them. You know, if you put a paper and pencil in front of a kid, a worksheet or a book, you know, even sometimes a science lab is not super fun for them for whatever reason. But if you put a technology piece in there, it sometimes it's a treat, even though all the time in class we say it's a tool, not a toy.
My first thoughts when they said they were going to be giving the students laptops was that I was very excited that they could research things in a way that was more engaging. They wouldn't have to, you know, open up a big heavy textbook every time they needed information or a big heavy encyclopedia.
My first thoughts when we started using iPads, I was really scared. I wasn't sure how it was going to work in my classroom. I had the iPad pilot program, so I was the first one to have 25 kids get the iPads and take them home, and we tested them out. And it was really overwhelming and scary for me, but the students were so excited and their learning increased so much that I was overwhelmingly willing to do whatever it took.
I came in and y'all already had the laptops, so my biggest deal was I had to set limitations and then ease off as class went along.
Technology has changed in that we can actually have opportunities to go outside of the classroom and actually investigate things.
I look at my own children. I look at my own children and the way that they behave in my home. And ever since they were little, they had little leap pads, or they played with my cell phone, they sucked on my cell phone. They learned digitally before they learned with pen and paper. They learned digitally before they learned with finger paint. They learned digitally first. So when I came back into the classroom, I looked at my students in the same way, and I know that they have gaming systems at home and they play with their mom and dad's cell phone and the same things, and iPods and all of that. So when you come into the classroom and you unplug and you give them a pen and paper and a paper textbook, I feel like it's just a throwback. I feel like it's boring. It's not how they've grown up.
You know, my mom brought me a 6-inch tall 1966 dictionary and wanted to know if my son wanted it, and I just kind of laughed in her face because I just don't think people realize what that small laptop has in there for them.
We're going to be a new district, District 14, and because it only goes to District 13 in the Hunger Games. So they had to do all their research, and they had to research how does fossil fuel produce electricity, why do we need energy, what are the types of energy, how does that energy work, electrical energy and light energy, and what is an option for us. So what is our solution to that problem?
I really hope that Decatur continues to use more and more technology within its curriculum, because not only has it been great for our students, but it's also made us a greater school.